It's time for a death battle. I try my hardest to do a boomstick. I don't know if I pull it off. Internet, what do you think?
It's all right.
Well, but
so this is one of the big ones.
Yes,
I mean, this is up there with Chuck Norris and Sagata Senshiro. Hulk v. Doomsday.
Yeah,
I'm
very hotly anticipating this. I mean,
this is just gonna be absolutely insane.
I think so too. I'm a big fan of the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And as for Doomsday,
I mean, Doomsday is one of the few big things that, could go toe-to-toe with Superman. Really go toe-to-toe with Superman.
Yeah, really go toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Doomsday killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. It's been long enough.
Spoilers, not spoilers.
You all know.
Yeah, you should know by now. Well, if you've seen Batman v Superman, you know as well. And if
I wasn't even referring to that. I was referring to the Death of Superman arc.
Yeah, 1992. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
My stepmom Kim bought like 10 copies of it because it was momentous. It was a big momentous occasion.
Yeah, and you're sitting, and then they just brought him back, but whatever.
Yeah.
Can't just stay dead and keep us all happy. Anyway, so yeah, I don't like Superman.
You went there.
I don't like Superman. Shut up.
Oh boy, the hate. I can
feel the hate. This is gonna so we've got Doomsday, the thing that could kill Superman.
Yes.
Versus Hulk, a force of nature so potent.
A force of science.
A force of science so potent, they had to launch him to another planet because they thought he was too much of a threat. He came back angrier.
After taking over said planet.
After taking over said planet.
After taking over that planet.
Took over the planet and then came back. And you're just like, what the crap? Okay.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, this is gonna be an interesting fight.
Yes, it is.
I believe, as is customary for these, we're going to place our bets directly before the battle starts.
Okay.
So, let's just get in there.
Number one, I will say this. The Hulk. Because...
No, we're once they've done their explanation.
Oh.
Right before.
Okay, the Hulk as a... no, I was going to say the Hulk as it goes, which Hulk are we going to be seeing? Are we going to be seeing...
Now, that is the question.
Are we going to be seeing pre-Planet Hulk, or are we going to be seeing post-Planet Hulk?
Are we going to be seeing the original Green Hulk, the Gray Hulk,
Red Hulk?
Red Hulk isn't even Bruce Banner.
Yeah, that's true.
Ross.
Ross.
That's Thunderbolt Ross. Are we going to be seeing the Professor? Which is the more intelligent Hulk. Who are we seeing here? So
yeah.
I guess that's going to get determined.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
So let me get this on screen and let's go.
Let's do it.
Before we get into the episode, I have something very important to tell you. Our new game, Super Rad Ray Gun, just launched on Steam for PC, Mac, and Linux.
Hey.
With over 20 unique levels, 3 modes of play, and tongue-in-cheek story of 1980s politics, it's a whole lot of value for just $9.99.
Oh.
And pick it up by November 15th, and we'll even give you the soundtrack featuring music from Phantom NK and Bubble Pipe Media for free.
Oh, dude.
Click the link in the description after the video and get your copy today.
Phantom NK does good work. All right.
Pure, unadulterated rage. Usually, in a stressful situation, you'd want to avoid this sort of emotion in order to keep yourself focused.
Unless you're a giant rampaging pile of muscles, like these two.
Dr. Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk.
And Doomsday, the monster who killed Superman.
Yep.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Ah,
and
yes.
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Within each of us, oft-times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury. And this suits no one better than the mild-mannered scientist, Bruce Banner.
'Cause when Bruce gets angry, oh boy, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Dr. Robert Bruce Banner may have grown up with few friends, but what he lacked in popularity, he made up tenfold with his intellect. However, in spite of his gifts, it was never enough to earn the respect and love of his father.
Partly because Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. God damn! How much distance do you think you got there, Wiz?
9, 10 feet?
Man, with an arm like that, he could really go places. Like the nut house after he murdered his wife right in front of Bruce. Aww.
Understandably traumatized, Bruce coped by creating an imaginary friend to talk to.
You know, I had an imaginary friend once.
You did? What was his name?
Dad.
Oh, Boomstick.
Well, Bruce's friend served as an emotional outlet all the way through his college graduation. However, his advice to Bruce was oftentimes destructive.
So when the U.S. military recruited Bruce to make weapons, it was actually kind of fitting.
Bruce was tasked with developing a gamma bomb, which would use gamma radiation to target enemy weapons
Totally not a dick.
without endangering human lives.
A gigantic
At least
red
that's what Bruce was told.
dick.
Surprise, surprise, gamma radiation is actually pretty fucking harmful. And when it came time to test the bomb and some dumb kid decided to play his harmonica right in the test zone, Bruce asked his assistant to stop the countdown and dashed off to save him. But turns out his assistant was a Russian spy who set off the bomb anyway.
On that strange, strange day, Bruce's imaginary friend became a real-life terror as he transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And the winner in the Olympic shot put
Really?
is Bruce Banner.
Apparently. Ever since, whenever he's angry,
Hammer throw,
Bruce's
there's
body
hammer
and mind morphs into that of the Hulk's, granting him unmeasurable power.
While he loses Bruce's brain power, the Hulk is ridiculously strong. He can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly, smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave that can deafen foes, level
It's a hell of
forests,
a
and
thing.
push back explosions.
As if he needed anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
You're healing. You should be dead.
He's super strong and super hard to kill. What's not to like?
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with this big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good, eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Hulk has held up a 150 billion ton mountain, escaped Earth's gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated average mass of a single lithospheric plate is nearly 45 quintillion tons, and the Hulk pulled 2 of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
Of course
And
he did.
He's
He's
not
the
just
Hulk.
strong and tough. He's more than twice as fast as a fighter jet, which puts him over Mach 5 speeds at least. And he can always go faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of strength is potentially infinite. And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of Worldbreaker.
Bigger, stronger, and oozing with gamma radiation, the Worldbreaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they almost destroyed New York. And when battling another Worldbreaker Hulk, a single collision between them obliterated an entire planet.
Even the mutant Darwin's power, which specifically adapts to counter any enemy, decided that the best defense against the Hulk was to be somewhere else.
Holy hell! Who could even stand up to this madness?
Not many, obviously. Bruce does his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, Worldbreaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control entirely. In terms of combat, usually only cosmic beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard it burned out his healing factor.
But even gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature.
And I will
not be
bullied by
it. Here it is. Yes. Just put silly music over this. It's great.
Puny god.
There it is. Such a good line.
What if all you had ever known was hatred and aggression, violence and pain? This life was reality for
YouTube comments, Doomsday. Yeah, the Doomsday guy.
Thousands of years ago, on an
He was raised in the
uninhabitable
YouTube
prehistoric
comment
planet
section?
which would one day be known as Krypton, a scientist named Bertrand intended to engineer the ultimate life form.
Yep, it's another one of those stories, but with one hell of a twist.
See, at this time, Krypton was a harsh wasteland filled with nothing but sharp rocks, poisonous air, and violent predators.
Bertrand
Supernovas
believed
will
that
do
if he
that to
could
you.
create something that could live through that, they could survive just about anywhere.
To realize this theory, Bertrand acquired an infant from somewhere, and through a rapidly accelerated evolution process, attempted to transform him into his dream creation.
Oh, don't try to dance around it, Wiz. Bertrand put that little sucker into a baby cannon, blasted him into the wild to get murdered by any number of things, sucked up what was left of him with a vacuum cleaner, and just cloned a new one out of the mess to do it all over again.
Well, yeah. The idea being each new clone would be stronger than the one before, thus covering millions of years of evolution in just a few decades.
That doesn't sound like science.
Not how that works
It doesn't.
at all.
So after 30
That's not
straight
science.
years of baby murder, one of the clones finally survived the test. Amazed by his own success, Bertrand named this baby the Ultimate.
The ultimate baby.
But to the rest of the universe,
It's
he
the same
was
genetic
their
material, so
Doomsday.
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
That's the thing.
See, Wiz, reloading as it is, patenting my baby cannon was a good idea.
Successful as Bertrand's experiment was, it was anything but a good idea. Turns out, while Doomsday usually appears to be a mindless beast, he remembered every single time Bertrand had him killed. As a result, Doomsday had been unintentionally programmed at a genetic level to hate everything that lives.
Bummer. Needless to say, Bertrand was pretty screwed.
Because even with 30 years of development, Bertrand had never quite figured out what to do if his experiment actually worked. Because Bertrand is the worst.
Yeah,
Bertrand.
He did do
He's
what he
a
set
moron.
out to do.
He's a
he
dumb-
made an 8'10" monster that
That
doesn't need
explains
to eat,
his false
breathe,
theory of
or have
evolution.
internal organs to live. It just kills and
Yeah.
kills and kills some more.
Yep.
Doomsday possesses enormous strength, incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to Bertrand's experiments, Doomsday's greatest power
Don't
of
show
all
that.
is his ability to
No.
adapt to his
Of
opponent.
course they're
No.
gonna show that.
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and ravaged dozens of planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman.
Woo!
Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep. After several days, he kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know Wiz. At least Soups took Doomsday down with him. Or maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Can't beat me the same way twice.
He's been punched to death by Superman, blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
Practically invulnerable at this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega beams and beating him to near death. He single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the Phantom Zone, battled super beings called Gogs for a century, and even broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes, Superman realized that the only way to stop him was to send him to the end of time.
At his most powerful, Doomsday's mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species just by walking around. But what he's got in strength, he really lacks in brains.
Not that he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap. And should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not kidding. Yep.
All right, the combatants are set.
Okay.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, Wiz won't stop talking about this thing, so he wants to tell you about it.
Uh-oh.
As a man of science, I analyze everything from the car I drive to the razor that shaves my face. I only use a razor I've scientifically proven to be of both quality and value. I use Harry's. Thanks to their factory in Germany, Harry's produces quality razors at half the price. Just $2 a blade. Harry's sleek 5-blade razor offers a softer, flex strip to help.
I was gonna say, Micah, what do you think about that?
What is shaving?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
All right.
Right now,
Hold on.
it's time for a death battle!
But no, actually, I have a single blade razor because all that 5-blade crap is just ridiculous.
Yep. All right, gentlemen. Place your bets.
I still gotta go Hulk.
All right.
I think it's gonna be Doomsday, and I'm not happy about it because of his hack ability of like whatever hurt him the first time he becomes immune to.
Well, all right. I'll say this.
And I just think that's kind of cheaty face. But
When Hulk's really fighting someone, he can get creative.
true. I mean, yeah. I guess I hope Hulk can figure out.
Doesn't only just smash as it happens.
Right. I hope
Spaghetti.
Sorry.
I hope he can figure out a way to hurt him, but it's I mean,
Well,
it's kind of a cheap character trait. It's like, oh yeah, this thing that killed me before, now I'm immune to it. It's like, really? Come on.
Yeah, it's like ultimate macro evolution.
Yeah, except it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
But there's no genetic diversity. It's just like throwing the baby out of the bathwater the same way every time.
yeah, exactly. It's a hell of a way to waste 30 years.
Yeah, you wind up with the exact same genetic material.
Of course, I don't know how Superman gets charged up by a yellow sun, but a red sun.
It's a different kind of radiation.
It's light.
Well, still, a red sun may give off different radiation.
Different wavelengths,
But
whatever.
But we're talking about visible spectrum light.
So I've heard the interesting theory that I've heard is basically he's got chloroplasts.
So he's plant man.
So he's essentially running off of solar energy, and they react quite well to yellow, but red not so much.
Okay.
Of course, to be fair, when the sun was magic fueled, he had crazy magic powers. So fuck. Hate Superman. Hate him so much.
So I'm gonna say Doomsday, but I kind of hope I'm wrong.
I'm gonna call Hulk.
You know, I'm in a similar situation to Micah. I feel like they're gonna call it Doomsday, but I don't want them to.
Okay.
So I'm pulling Hulk. I am pulling Hulk.
Okay, you're pulling for Hulk.
I'm pulling for the Hulk. Let's do this.
All right.
2 Hulk, 1 Doomsday.
Here we
Game
go.
on. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, look, it's Ruby Syndrome.
Ah! Yeah, except they're all different colors. Also, none of them are green. Oh, there's a green one. Damn it.
Of course he's running away. He's yellow.
Wilhelm!
They look like game board pieces.
Yep. Really? Oh, good. Hey. Purple pants. Good call.
Hulk smash ugly Grey Hulk!
Hulk smash ugly gray Hulk. Yes. Everyone dies.
Doomsday is kind of Abomination.
Yeah.
Well, the movie Abomination.
Yeah.
Comic Abomination is like
Completely different.
beefy creatures and white
Throw a bus. All right.
Because that is totally proven against Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk's just like, ooh,
that was pretty cool.
Bus kick. I like bus
cool.
kick. That is a strong super. I'm not gonna lie. That's potent. I like it.
Oh, the Hulk fist.
Police fists! Does this count as police brutality?
I'd say so.
Now that is an acceptable use of my tax dollars.
Hulk hate you.
Hulk hate you
Hulk
so
hates spiky beard.
Man. Yep. That'll fuck with your equilibrium. Okay, his stupid little ponytail is killing me. It's so dumb. It's so damn dumb. I hate it. Hey, buddy.
Made him mad.
You blacked his eye.
You break buildings good, but Hulk break walls.
Oh. Overcharge. Well.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
No.
So I say you can heal, so.
So can Hulk.
Pity that.
Yeah.
To be fair, they pointed out Hulk's regenerated like half his body. In the space of about 18 minutes, so. Ooh.
Oh no. Damn.
Yeah. I didn't want that,
Oh,
but.
that was beautiful.
With the Hulk's immeasurable power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a fight between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Yep.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take a hit from someone strong enough to break planets.
And by experience, Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of speed is an extreme rarity in the Marvel Universe. In fact, the only foe that fast who Hulk's ever seemed to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage, Worldbreaker Hulk.
So overall, Hulk had strength and Doomsday had speed, but neither completely outclassed the other. At first glance, this one looked like it could go either way.
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or Sentry, whom Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only produce these chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an endless supply, thus increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So, Doomsday overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer maintain his increasing rage and Hulk form.
And if you're still skeptical, that's why there's a bunch of times in comics when a huge impact forced the Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner, including that battle between Worldbreaker Hulk and Sentry. With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's physically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
I'm sorry to say, like
So
a fist
Hulk
fight.
couldn't have killed him by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy. And at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Supes couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this day, Hulk met his doom. Doomsday.
The winner is Doomsday.
Yeah.
That's
Next
kind of what I
time
figured.
on Death Battle.
Wait.
Oh no!
Hey guys, I'm Ben.
That's
I play
terrible
Wiz. This
way
is
to
Chatty
hold a
plays
sword, by the
Boomstick,
way.
and next up we've got Zorro
Let him have
from
this.
One
He-
Piece.
this is what
Stick
he
to our
does.
Twitter to find out who he's.
That's his technique, dude. Don't question it.
Yep.
It's a good way to get your teeth ripped out.
He don't care.
Human mouths aren't that strong.
Anime.
Nay.
Also, yeah, he's stupid strong. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, because, I mean, that's a pretty hack ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. That's the long and short of it, I think.
Indeed.
I think so too.
I don't
I mean-
like it,
I mean,
but that's what happened.
it was well documented according to the resources on hand.
Their
Yeah.
argument makes pretty good sense.
It does.
And to be fair, like Hulk, like he's got some ridiculous power for what was once just like a flesh and blood human turned into. I mean, it's like he's like got cosmic levels of power.
Yep.
Based on the people he's fought. So I mean, sometimes I think they do a little much with the Hulk personally.
It's fair.
Of course, I mean I can't really say. I mean because Doomsday and Superman are there. That's a little much too. I mean, they kinda, it's to the point where it's hard to craft decent stories around it because they're just so over the top.
I mean, that's part of the reason that I think Batman is still decently interesting, because you look at if you look at situations where it's like, okay, we've got to have a way to fight Superman. Okay, so we've got this crazy powerful guy. What's his plan? Well, his plan's just going to be to destroy the whole friggin' universe. That's kind of boring. That's not nuanced or anything. He's just going to punch it till it dies. Batman, you get crazy plots like, I've replaced all of the major officials in Gotham with plant people clones. That's more interesting. That's an actual Poison Ivy plot line.
Okay,
That happened.
for me, the only truly interesting Superman villain I ever found was Doomsday. Or not Doomsday, but Darkseid.
Darkseid, yeah. Darkseid's pretty neat.
Darkseid, he's pretty much a god of his own planet, Apocalypse.
Yep.
And he's a lord over people on his planet, and they worship him.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, there was one episode of the Superman animated series that actually no, I think it was Justice League maybe. It was either Justice League or Superman the animated series. But how it ended was Superman beats Doomsday by blocking the Omega beam, and it blows up pretty much in Doomsday's in Darkseid's face. And Darkseid is pretty much just like his upper part of his head
is just
is
gone.
like blackened. It's like blackened, and he's like he can't fight anymore. And Superman throws him down in front of all of the
people
subjects
that worship him. Yeah.
that worship him, and he says, "You're free to do as you wish." They then walk around Superman, pick up Darkseid, and ask him if he's okay, and they start carrying him back.
And he's just like, crap.
And as they're passing, Darkseid tells him to stop, and he looks at him and says, he said, "You may be a savior where you are from, Kal-El, but here I am God." And then they carry him off, and then that's how the episode ends.
Yep.
And you see, it's an interesting parallel because you see, Superman isn't really worshipped like that.
And any attempts, he's sort of like put down.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't want to be.
Like,
I don't
"That's
want to
not
be a
cool."
deity. I don't want to be, your reason for carrying out action. I don't want you to carry out anything in my name. Whereas Doomsday,
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
It happens to me too.
Whereas
It happens to me
Darkseid, I believe he revels in it. He
yeah.
revels in people carrying things out in his name, especially if it's things that he approves of. Like if he and for Darkseid,
Like punching babies. I'm
okay,
pretty sure Darkseid approves of punching babies. Anyway.
all right. So me and Ben were wrong.
I mean,
You were hoping.
I pretty much knew I was wrong, but I had to pull forward.
I honestly, I thought Hulk was going to win.
I
Because
really
honestly,
wanted him to,
because okay, in certain Hulk storylines, Bruce and the Hulk work together.
yeah.
I figured they'd work. I figured Bruce, being smart as he is, would be able to figure out something that would be able to get, because they tied in. If someone's able to think of something to kill Doomsday that he hasn't adapted to, then they could potentially kill him. I figured maybe that's going to be the it factor, because the Hulk has Bruce Banner's brain.
Bruce is still in there. Like, that's the thing.
He is, and
Bruce is still in there.
And in certain stories, him and the Hulk have worked together to overcome an obstacle, overcome an adversary.
There's a series I quite like that was, I think it was Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Okay.
And they didn't portray Hulk as nearly as stupid as most do, but they also did. It's like Hulk's like, all right, you want me to help these guys? I get to walk around for a while. And Bruce is like, okay, that's fine. And then Bruce is still there in the back of his head going, you might try this. I mean, it's a new way of Smash. Try it. Give it a shot. Yeah, and Hulk's like, yeah, all right.
And there you go. If they would have portrayed that, but everyone just loves to portray Hulk as dumb Hulk smash.
And it's like, I mean, there have been smart Hulks. Joe Fixit, the Gray Hulk, was basically a mob boss, which was awesome.
Mob boss Hulk.
The Professor Hulk, which is when Bruce Banner and the Hulk finally decide, you know what, just fusion dance. So you get a legit smart Hulk. So, and Hulk typically isn't even as dumb as they portrayed him.
No.
Like, Hulk can string together, pretty decent sentence.
Yeah, but well.
Anyway,
this is Death
these
Battle.
These are minor gripes. I think they called it right, but I don't have to like it.
Same here.
So.
All right.
Man, Doomsday is just cheating.
Yep.
But I mean,
As
to be
is
fair,
Superman.
when you look at Superman, cheat to win.
Yep.
It's the only thing you've got going.
All right. Well, that's going to do it, everyone. We appreciate you all for tuning in. This was Death Battle, Hulk versus Doomsday. Check the link down in the description below for the original video. Check out Screw Attack. Check out all their death battles. Check out all their other content. As a matter of fact, Screw Attack actually just started up a gaming channel called Game Attack, so check it out as well.
Ah, that explains that. Okay, I was wondering about that.
So, yeah. And also, don't forget to check out our various other content as well. Links in the description down below to our Patreon and to our P.O. Box. So, that's going to do it. Signing off for the Renegades, I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
Micah.
And we will see you all later. Take care.